Hi everybody, George Chamberlain here watching your dollars on this Monday morning, the 1st of August. Here it is. We're in the month of August already. Hope you all had a good weekend. It's pretty nice around San Diego County. Last week was a tough week on Wall Street. Stocks got beat up, battered, and bruised. Last week the Dow was down 4.2%, the NASDAQ down 3.6%, and the S&P 500 dropped 3.9%. Every day was down last week. Concerns about this budget ceiling, the deficit ceiling, raising the debt limit, and then the budget deficit situation. No resolution at all last week, and then everybody worked over the weekend, and late yesterday we get an announcement from the president that an agreement has been reached, and today on this Monday we're waiting for the House and the Senate to vote on this. They probably will go along with the deal. As we came to work this morning, the markets were very happy about that. The markets poised for a big opening, and indeed, we opened with the Dow jumping about 140, 150 points at the get-go. It's pretty neat. Then we got out a report on manufacturing activity, and it wasn't very good. And we not only gave back all 150 points, but as we record this about 8:15 on Monday morning, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is now down 75 points. Not good, not good. The bias is pretty darn negative in here. This week brings all kinds of news about the job market, and that's what we're going to be focusing on. We can set aside this stuff back in Washington, D.C. We'll switch from there to what's going on Main Street. Did the economy create any jobs during the month of July? What happened to the unemployment rate? Those are the things we're going to focus on now that this other stuff's behind us, so to speak. So if we get another bad report like we did last month, it's not going to be good news. We'll really suffer in here. So we'll keep our fingers crossed that indeed turns out to be a pretty good report. One other story, just kind of put a different spin on everything in here. Starting this past weekend, peaches growing in Georgia and South Carolina can now be shipped to Mexico. It was 17 years ago that Mexico put a ban on peaches growing in those two states, saying that they could potentially be infested with bugs that could ruin the crop down there. Usually it's the other way around. And so finally, after all this time, we can now start shipping peaches from the peach state, which is Georgia, to Mexico. Coincidentally, Georgia is not the peach state, or it shouldn't be the peach state. They produce about 40,000 tons of peaches in Georgia every year. California produces 815,000 tons of peaches every year. So we are far and away the biggest peach growing state in the United States, but Georgia lays claim to being the peach state. What are you going to do? Watching your dollars, I'm George Chamberlain. Have a good one.